Hey guys, so this is going to be an actual track guide, not the meme fest that it was. Maybe I'll throw some bloopers in the back end, but we'll see. So, anyway, this is lap 8. Well, it's really like lap 5 because I was doing some track reset stuff, testing for pit lane. Um, and so, what's track temp right now? 36. It was like 34 when I did it, and just using the Apex Sebring setup right now. So come down to turn 1. This is pretty important turn. It's not too difficult though because the grip level I feel is pretty standard. Your braking point's going to be about the 75 to 60 meter mark. Really, there's not a great tell, but if you do, again, like I like to call them kind of a mechanical learner. Mechanical braking points is these tire marks are just about perfect, and this is a full fuel load. So I was at 55 liters to start, so I'm still pretty heavy on the fuel load, but you can use those tire marks for your braking point. Again, like I say, brake heavy in a straight line, get your braking, get your car slowed down, and then when you start feeding wheel, you get off the brake pedal, then you keep that trail brake, that 20-30% in it. In a perfect world, I'd be a little bit tighter on this curb. Like I'd be right on that curb. So I missed the apex a little bit there, losing a little bit of time with it. But ideally, you want to be full throttle by probably about this point. Instead, I'm a little bit later because I'm off that apex. So lost about, I don't know, a tenth or so in just turn 1 there. Full throttle, careful of the grass. We'll zoom down the straightaway. So at this point, what I'm looking at right now is this little track cutout. So this is your braking point. I don't look at the meter boards or anything. I just look at this track. And you're going to want to basically get right to it. In my cockpit, I get to about halfway through it, and then I start hitting the brake pedal. Obviously, first 2-3 laps, you're going to be back here with the brake application, maybe a little further. So just a little bit, and then same thing as every other turn. Heavy on the front load the braking, keep the wheels straight, and then the second that you start feeding the wheel in, let off the brake pedal, still have some trail braking in it. Turn in a little bit earlier than you think because there's a lot more grip on the inside of the track here than a little wider. I don't quite know why that is. But anyway, so down tight on this curbing. Don't get on the curb. This is about as well as I could have taken it during this session so far. And you can get on gas a little bit earlier than you think you can. Maximize the exit here. Because for whatever reason, when you get on throttle at that mid apex right here, it really grips the car down. You can watch my wheel. Like even though I'm on throttle early, I don't have that understeer in the steering wheel. Like it's pretty quiet. The wheel's not turned really far to get that much wheel input into it. Up to 4th gear. Oh, excuse me. So this one, I'm looking at the wall right here, and that's going to be pretty much my lifting point. Is right when I get around this wall, then I kind of lift. I start braking. Keep it tight because if you're wider than this, there's just no grip out there. This is a super heavy, important trail braking turn to keep 15-20% in it, and then on throttle as early as you can get it, tight on that wall. Don't wash out on exit. That is one where you'll hit the wall. That's probably my second most hit wall, is the exit of that turn. So up here is pretty easy, full throttle, 3rd to 4th, full throttle around this one. So this turn you have a couple different ways to take it. What you don't want to do is you don't want to lift here and then get on throttle at apex, because if you do that, you're gonna that on throttle. You don't want to lift too early, because if you lift too early, because you're like, oh, I'm going to slow up for the turn, then you get back on throttle. When you get on the gas pedal, you're going to spin your front tires, and you're going to induce a lot of understeer, and you will collect the wall on the outside. So it's important to, if you do lift for this turn, you can take it full throttle warm tire, lower fuel load. I probably could have this lap, but I just didn't. Don't mash back on the throttle. Don't get a little bit of tire spin because you will hit that wall. And then this one, basically the second that I feel my, like right before I get to that curbing, I start my turning. Because it's a blind turn. It's not too bad. I drop to 50% throttle and then back on it. A little bit of trail braking you can see right in the middle, but that's here or there. So stay close to that inside wall. You could actually get closer than I was here, and it's worth a bit more if you get closer. That curbing's bad. Bad curbing. Wall's bad. Everywhere's bad except the racetrack. So keep it on the racetrack and keep it out of the walls. So now, this is incredibly fun. I was shocked at how fun this section of the track is. Surprising. I didn't think it was that difficult. Like, this is my least wrecked part of the track. Is going through this section here. So there's a couple different ways to go at it. I lift a little bit early. I don't think it's worth that extra half a tenth to hold the throttle until here. I just really can't consistently get it in consistency over pace. Qualifying lap, maybe you'll be up there just tearing it up, but I like to lift basically. This is by feel. Wherever this is where I like to lift. Yeah, wherever that is. So then you're going to go, I like to keep I don't like to downshift that aggressively down this section. So sometimes I'll downshift into red line. But I like to be slower with the downshifts here. We'll slow this down. So really, really close to this wall. Keep the braking pretty steady. You want like 30, 40%, a little bit of gas here or there. You don't want to get too heavy, because especially here, because you'll flat slide. And this one's incredibly important to keep tight around. Get up on the curbing there, maximize everything. This one you're going to turn in as early as you can, near that apex, and full throttle as soon as you can grab it. Straighten out the wheel and then start rotating right to miss all of these. So this one is just kind of by feel. I don't know that I can tell you just exactly how to do it, other than that's how you do it. That was pretty much the best that I'd done all session through there. Probably have a little bit to gain, but it's here there. So third up to fourth. Again, I like to lift here. I probably shouldn't have grabbed brake pedal here because I don't think I needed to. So fourth, down to third, keep it tight. Blue wall. Here's another really long trail brake. Even though you're only in, third gear, you're holding the brake pedal for so long because it's downhill. And then on throttle, as soon as you can get it, this is my most wrecked wall. I always hit the wall on the exit there. So now we're going to go all the way down the straightaway. Braking here is like 125, or I guess it's 150, isn't it? Yeah, I guess 150. Sixth, down to third gear. Don't get on that curb. You can grab a little bit of grass there, it doesn't kill you, but I wouldn't recommend it. And you're coming down to the last turn. This one is a terrible turn. I hate this turn. Braking point, I have literally no clue. 100? Past 100? I don't know. Wherever this is. Let's see. If I was braking, I guess if I was braking, I'd try and look over here out of my peripheral. Be like, okay, the red is gone now from my pillar. I'm going to start hitting the brake pedal. And that was not very good, so maybe brake a little bit earlier. You hear all the locking up. Yeah, that was alright. So let's go find some bloopers. Did I do any of this lap? Oh, here's a good example of what it looks like where you're trying to go too hard in here. So see how far I'm on throttle? I grab brake pedal and it whips. Sick Tokyo drifting. Be an honorary part of the Honda gang for that one. Sick drift, bro. Alright, let's see. I know I wrecked a couple more times. But yeah, there's some bloopers here. No. I should have recorded all my bloopers from yesterday's practice. That was really bad. Oh, I felt like I hit the wall there. Oh, no. Sorry, I thought I messed up more. Oh, there it is. Active reset for the win. Bonk. I kept messing up this turn. And then here's my fast lap. So, yeah, that's all I got for you. So, hope it helps. I had fun. And great season. We'll see how tonight goes.